Shot ya. What's up, y'all? Hey, man, let's get in here, man. Tap in with your old head, man. Ramadan coming up. You see what your old head doing. Your old head ain't playing no more, man. Listen, man. First of all, Assalamu alaikum to all my Muslim brothers and sisters in the entire globe. It's 8 billion estimated people in the world, to all the Muslims. Assalamu alaikum rahmatullah to all my peace-loving non-Muslims. Peace. I come in peace, everyone, alright? So let's not get that twisted, you know. Let's get in here, man. Let's get in here, man. As you see the title, this is the first Fedtime with old 2025. What's this, the 13th? So it's been 2 weeks. We're 2 weeks into 2025. It's looking real crazy, man. It's looking real crazy. I'm glad I pray every day multiple times because that keeps me connected and tethered. Keeps me, connected and tethered to Allah, man. I'm telling you, man, you need, whatever you claim to believe in, or you need to have a very solid and the most important relationship is with your Creator, man. That's helped me, I did 20 years in prison, man. Y'all know my story, man. I was just thinking about one of my cellies, my first cellies, man. I'm gonna dive off into him because, man, I think about this brother so much. A brother named Perry Holly out of Michigan. He has a life sentence, man. He's been incarcerated for over 30 years. He was my first cellie, man. My man Perry, man. Perry was something else. Listen, when I came in the cell and told him I had a dub on, and he said he had life, they call that the elbow. When he said that, I didn't bring up my time no more. I said 20. Yo, yeah. I was thinking about him this morning, I guess, because I know I was going to do this Fed time or whatever. But I always think about him, man. It's not, I ain't going to say I think about him daily or weekly, but I think about that brother yearly, man. I think about all my comrades in there. You don't spend a third of your life, or you can say almost, a third of your life. I'm 54 and I spent 20 years in federal prison. So you don't spend a third of your life, half of your life with these brothers, man, and don't form tight, connected bonds. But yeah, I was just thinking about Perry Holly, man. Y'all need to go look his case up. I hope he can get some action. He needs a compassionate release, man. His case is wild, but he didn't do what he's has life sentence for now. I'll say that, and I know that was my celly, man. I know, what I'm saying, somebody can get this to you, man. I'm going to put your name in the hashtags and all that. But yeah, on this first episode of Fedtime with 2025, listen, man, I was thinking about the brother, what's his name, Young, the brother that they killed in Marcy Penitentiary in New York, upstate New York, a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, that's been heavy on my heart. Really, because listen, man, even if you've never been incarcerated, man, and it's, just the feeling, let me tell you something, one of our biggest worries, dudes that has been locked up, incarcerated for a long amount of time. You're talking about these bozos that keep going back to jail doing life on the installment plan. We call life on the installment plan 2 years here, 3 years there, a year there. Now that's a bozo. We talking about dudes that was real money getters, and the federal government felt it necessary to take us out of circulation. That's a whole different animal there. That's a whole different animal. Now I ain't saying everybody was kingpins. I wasn't no kingpin, but I made a pretty penny. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I made a pretty penny, and nothing to brag about, nothing like that. But I ain't get 20 years throwing no fucking peanuts. You don't get 20 years in federal prison. This adjective, who got 20 years in federal prison, and this name is still good in any hood, man. My name ain't never been on nobody's paperwork, man. But yeah, one of our biggest fears is dying in prison or losing loved ones in prison. That's gonna come. I lost numerous loved ones, man. I talked to y'all about when I lost my grandmother, man. I was in the feds, and they didn't let me go to a funeral. I had about 14, 15 left. Yeah, they shitted on me, but That's one of our biggest fears is dying in the can, man, because we ain't gonna get a chance to do it again. And let me tell you, it's a lot of Muslim brothers, man, that didn't make it home, man. It's a lot, it's a lot of non-Muslim brothers. That's a real, that hangs over your head every day in the joint. Because, just like a nigga can get poked, you can get poked. With no question. That's free of charge. You jump out there, nigga, he'll put some holes in your ass. Yeah, he could be 120 pounds, dripping wet Guatemalan, or he could be a 220-pound monster, you know what I'm saying, coming out of Tennessee somewhere, man. I'm telling you, man. Though you can get that, but what I'm saying is people die of, I won't say natural cause, but natural cause is old age. They have federal prison hospitals. Niggas die, you get old. That's our biggest fear, man. That was one of the reasons I worked out so hard, nigga. Fuck all that muscle shit. I'm a fighter. I wanted to work out for optimum long-term benefit, man. Yeah, I can get a motherfucker off me, he get on me. That's something my father always taught me, man. You ain't gotta be the baddest nigga in the room, man, but you know how to get a nigga off you, he get on you. Yeah, I know how to do that quite well, but no, that's one of our biggest fears, man, is dying in prison. It really is, man. And if you've never been in there, you don't understand that, man. Because you don't want to be, this is the world's last image of your man. Oh, in the can, checked out. They throw your ass in the back of the Potter's Field, whatever federal prison you're in, if your family don't come get your body. That's the reality. So this Fedtime story, man, I'm going to tell you, listen. This is the only time out of my entire bid that I met another brother that had the same last name. Now, a lot of brothers, in the feds, man, in jail period, man, it's a million Johnsons. Johnsons, Jacksons, Jones, Robinsons, Simmons, Timmons. It's a lot of similar last names. But Harden, that's why I rep this joint here, man. Even though it's a slave, let me take that back. It's a slave master. What I'm repping is my ancestors that carry this slave master name. Let me pump my brakes. That's what I honor, my ancestors. All right, let's get that clear. And I never met another inmate last name Harden. I've been in the penitentiary all the way down to the camp, all the custody levels. Didn't know nobody, man. I'm like, wow, I knew Hardys. Never knew Harden, man. I was the only one that I always encountered. And I was just like, okay, at least, kinfolk ain't coming to fucking jail, coming to the feds. But as the law would have it, as time would have it, man, when you got two decades, when you got that dub piece, you got 2 decades, man. Motherfuckers that was little gonna be adults when you see them again. That's the reality. So I'm traveling, going to different jails, getting in all types of shit. I'm doing my dub. I'm doing it the way Allah see fit. Y'all know about the riots and all that, man. Let's go back and watch the other videos. Tell a friend. It's all on here, man, on the iCast, man. All that, I got it all on here, man, for your entertainment, for our viewing pleasure. But I never met nobody named Harden. So eventually, all that time doing time, I eventually ran into a brother from the shop. And we met in the box. We met in the hole. That what was crazy. If anybody know me, they gonna tell you, like that nigga go to the hole like niggas go to 7-Eleven. They gonna tell you that about me. I ain't, you know what I'm saying? Only thing I fear is the law, and anybody that rock with me know that, man. I don't give a damn about the box, the shoe, none of that shit, man. It's a part of the jail, nigga. I told you, out of my 20 years, I spent about 4 years in the hole. So my 20 years was chopped up. That 18 and 7 was chopped up I did 4 years in the hole in different joints. So, it's how you do it. But, we met in the hole, man. And I heard I think the CO came down the tier and said Harden. I said, yo. And he was like, nah, this Harden. I'm like, what? It's only one Harden. I've been in over a decade. So this is my first time hearing of another Harden, Harden. I'm like, nah, I'm the only Harden back on this shit. He's like, nah, man, dude right here. I'm like, what? And so me and homie start rapping. The olds who take the mirror and hanging out the bars. You hanging out the bars, right? And you can look down. So we rapping and all that. You get to come out for an hour. You got 23-1. Y'all know the program. What Denzel saying, training day, nigga, 23-1 shoe program, nigga, segregated housing unit. Shoe. You know what 23-1 means, 23 hours in that 8x12 or 6x12, whatever, and 1 hour rec in the dog cage, in the dog kennel. And that's the little cages they put you in there individually. They might put you in there with another dude if y'all cool, y'all Muslims or whatever, you know what I'm saying, y'all gang members, but 23-1. So I said, come on now, bro, I gotta holler at you, cuz. He come out there, man, that big old brother from Chicago, man, brother about 6'3", 6'4". He was older than me, but I was in my 40s. You gotta think, I went in, I might have been my late 30s, maybe been late 30s, maybe 40, and he was in his 50s, but we went out, you know what I'm saying? We got in the same dog kennel, out in a little rec yard in the hole in the shoe. Now we chopped it up, man. You know, we was just like, man, from that moment, that was big cuz, man. I'm like, yo, I've been down 10, 11, 12 years, man. I ain't ran into a hard yet till you. You know, and he didn't have a lot of time. I think he might have had a dime. So that's to tell you what's relative. When I said niggas don't have a lot of time, a dime ain't nothing. A dime in the feds ain't shit. That's 8 years and you wrap back around, man. You keep your mouth shut and lay down, they can get right. Yeah, a dime ain't nothing but 8 years. It might be 7 or 6 with these programs they got now. But what I'm saying is 10 years, you starting off at single digits, 8.5 years. You can get it down to 7 years, you know. But yeah, so, you know, he didn't have a lot of time. So we chopped it up out there in the kennel, man. I was like, oh, man, we gonna rap and get out here. He was in the law library, burning their asses up in there researching, filing motherfucking briefs and motions and all that same shit I was on. I was like, we gotta be related, you know what I'm saying? This brother was about 6'3", man, older brother, brown skin, man. He was cool as a fan, man. The first time I met another inmate named Harden, man, while I was in the BOP, the Bureau of Prisons. And so, in the midst, okay, we link up in the hole, then we go back to our separate cells in the hole. I think he got out before me. I might have got out before him, because one thing about me, my shit was like hit or miss. Easy, I was going to the hole for 6 months in a year. You might not see me, or I'll be back next week. That's how I know. That's how old roll. That's how they roll with me, man. They either they put some diesel therapy on my ass and flew me all over the country, or they let me rock out. So, you know, I think we got out and we got on the compound. And I started seeing them, you know, in the child hall, in the rec yard, law library. Always seeing them like, big cuz, what's up, man? And everybody say, man, y'all say, yeah, man, met cuz in the hole, man, he from the Shy, you know. I didn't even know it took me that long. It was a beautiful, listen, man, 2 brothers trying to do their time and better themselves and get up out of here, man, be a benefit to their family and their community. Me and Big Cuz was on that. We was on that, man. And so, now you got the story that I met the first Harden. Same last name, right? So one day, man, there's a cold blue red, whatever they call that shit. It's a cold red, boom, boom, they run down. They need somebody getting poked. They need immediate emergency medical staff. All hands on deck. You know what I'm saying? Body along, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Cold red, cold blue, whatever it is, right? And they all take off, all the correctional, all the COs take off. And, you know, we get locked down, and then they come find out that, you know, an inmate had fell out in the child hall, man. And they said they tried to revive him. They didn't think they could revive him or whatever. You know, it was, you know. So I'm like, damn, you know, trying to go around with, man, this brother out of Chicago, man, bro. You know, I mean, it's a million dudes there. It never registers with me, you know, to one of the COs say Harden. It's an inmate Harden. You know, nigga, I was the only Harden, so I was like, what? I said, nah, what's the likelihood? And I knew it wasn't the third one of us there. I knew that at that facility, man. I met this brother in the hole, man. So I knew it wasn't the third Harden, man, and I was crushed. I was crushed. The brother had a heart attack, according to federal government. I mean, it was in the kitchen. It wasn't no funny bunny business that, you know, I don't know if they could have tried to resuscitate him fast. I don't, you know, I just know he was in the child hall line in the mess hall, and he fell out and had a heart attack, and they came down there and did what they tried to do. You understand, you up in these sticks, man. You up in these mountains, whatever states you in, Kentucky, Ohio, West Virginia, man. You know what I'm saying, Pennsylvania, they got you up in the boondocks. So yeah, this brother had fell out in the mess hall line, man. Whatever, man, he passed away, man. My big cuz passed away. Now, he might have been after our initial meeting. I knew him about a year. It was easily 6 months. That's why I say a year, because a year goes so fast. Once you get over 10 years in, them shits be rolling. Years be rolling, man. You know how to do them. You do them off the sports seasons, NBA, NFL, you know what I'm saying? College football, college basketball, baseball. But the brother died, man. He passed, man. And I was like, yo, we had a year worth of getting to know each other and always linking up in a law library. You know, I hold a book for him if he was looking for a certain case. I held a typewriter for him. He had to type a brief out and get it out in the next couple of days. See, that's real shit right there, man. And that crushed me to meet somebody with my last joint. And he died. He died, man. And let me tell you something about humanity and empathy, man. You know, let me tell you something about that, man, in this Fedtime with all. Now, you know it was only 2 Hardens on that compound. And unfortunately, the brother from Chicago passed, as I just related. I had a counselor. Been rocking with me 4 or 5 years. White dude. I ain't gonna call him a hillbilly, but he a good old boy. He a good boy, but he a real man. He a real man. And listen, he never crossed me. He always looked out for me, you know. And I was just, we had a very good rapport, man. I'm telling you, whatever I needed from my counselor, he looked out for the cookout. For real. For real. He was my guy. I ain't gonna say what you used to let me do, but, you know, a salute to my man, Counselor Day. That's all I'm gonna say. Counselor Day. You still rocking, champ. You was a real one. But let me show you the empathy of humanity and humans. You know, officers, I mean, when somebody dies, when a prisoner dies, you know, they got phones. They text each other. I mean, even if you're not working that shift or you're off that weekend, it spreads quick. Most of these officers are cousins, friends, went to school together. I told you they're in the fucking boondocks. So listen, it must have got around my counselor because he was off. He didn't work. He always left on Friday. He was a Monday to Friday. He was, you know, he had his years in. He was closing to the door, so he Monday through Friday. You ain't gonna see him on Saturday, Sunday. And that's cool. You work Friday. Yeah, you need 2 days off. Yo, he came in the next morning. He jetted to my cell. Pew! And now, I don't know if I just finished praying. I'm telling you, it was early. It was before 8 o'clock. I don't know if I just finished praying. I don't know what I was doing, but he came in. Oh, man. It wasn't you. And I was like, what? He was like, man, I got word that inmate Harden had died in the child hotline. And he said, shit, you've been in my housing unit 4 or 5 years. You the only Harden I ever heard. And plus I was going to the hall. I'm writing the motherfucking staff up the wall. And that's my MO. Anybody tell you that's my MO? You know? I'm not going to get 20 years and then try to do it, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to do it the way I want to fucking do it within the rules, man. I wasn't in there just going to the hole on some goofy shit. But I let my nuts hang, man. You wasn't going to try to chump me or talk crazy. You wasn't going to talk crazy to me, period. That's one thing COs knew. You talk crazy to me, nigga, I'm a walk. I told one to walk me to the hole one time. Yeah. I stopped him. He started getting all puffing his chest out. I said, man, you can save all that shit. Turn around. Let's walk up this motherfucker right now, man. You know what I'm saying? Because you ain't going to talk to me like that. Listen, motherfucker walked me to the fucking shoe with no handcuffs. That's one of my mentality. He walked me up that joint with no handcuffs, man. I was only in there a day or two. My counselor that I'm talking about that ran in myself, he came and got me out. But yeah, he came and said, oh, man, don't you was the only one. I said, that's what's crazy, Dave. I met this brother, man, about a year ago in the hole. He was like, well, I'm like, yeah. I never seen a Harden or met a Harden until I met this brother, man. And I got to share the last year of his life with him. Even though we didn't hang out, he had his own little crew. But anytime we seen each other in passing, we stopped, dapped it up, made sure the other one was Gucci. You cool, cuz? Like I said, if you need something in the law library, I'll go down there and get it. You need something on the yard. I was shaking and baking a little bit, you know. He came to Juma a couple times. That was the Iman giving a cookbook. And I remember the brother came to Juma. But yeah, man, that's heartbreaking, and that's something that we fear. That's if you ask any brother that did that time, probably the only thing we fear. We don't want to die in that mother, man. Real spill, like my man Taki said, man. We don't want to die in that, man. And that's solely up to Allah Ta'ala. You know, you can do things to help prevent it, but yeah, man. To meet a brother that had my last handle after over 10 years. I'm not even assuming I'm ever going to meet an inmate named Harden besides me. I'm just saying, I don't know how distinctive that last name is, but like I said, it's a bunch of everything else's. But I only ran into 2 Hardens, Harden, my last shit. Not Harding, not Hardy, Harden, Harden. Yeah. And the brother passed, man. I was like, wow. And my white counselor had so much empathy and humanity. He rocked with me so hard. He came in on his day off because he thought it was me. When he see me in my cell, he's like, I told motherfucker, not hard, man. He healthy, he's strong as a goddamn bull, man. He healthy, man. Nah. And I'm like, yeah. And I explained it to him. We sat there in my cell. And I explained the story I told you, how I met the brother to my counselor. And he was like, wow. I said, I know, man. In the blink of an eye, man. Things can change. In the blink of an eye. Things can change, man. Real talk, man. I'm just grateful that I got to meet the brother. I hope his family is holding on, man. I wish we had exchanged information, man. Because matter of fact, we did, but I mean, my address book is, but yeah, man. And this Fedtime with that's the story of meeting another inmate with my last name, slave name. And good brother, man, from Chicago, and he died, man. And my counselor thought it was me. He was so concerned. Yeah, man. That was wild. To wait over 10, 11 years to catch a Harden, man. And, we got the last year with him, man. But yeah, that, like I said, that's, ooh. When I think about it, man, I miss the brother now. And I only know him a year. But it's symbolic. We met in the box. We met in the box. 2 Hardens met in the shoe. How ironic. That was I told you I did 4 years out of my 20 in the box. I did a whole year one time. I did a year in Elkton in Ohio. I did a whole year out there. They had a work stoppage. They said I orchestrated or I was down with. But yeah, so, I met the brother in the hole and, got the last year. But man, he died, man. And yeah, I didn't meet another Harden, man. After I finished my bed, it was me and Big Cuz, man. So shout out to Big Cuz, man. You know what I'm saying? I hope the Lord have mercy on his soul, man. Honestly, he wasn't Muslim, so man, the Lord have mercy on his soul. I think he was more or something, but yeah. That is the inaugural first Fedtime with over 2025, man. I thought about the brother in Marcy prison, man, a couple weeks ago that they killed. And that's wild, man. Like, Young or Brooks, it was Robert Brooks, if I'm not mistaken. I'll be trying to keep up with names. I'd be doing too much, but yeah, that you don't want to die in a can, man. That ain't how you want this to end, man. Inshallah, man. But listen, man, your boy is 1700. 1700, man, on my YouTube channel, man. If you ain't subscribed to my YouTube channel, man, I'm gonna do something to you, man. For real, I'm gonna do something to you. See, I'm back in the year. I ain't messing around, man. 55 coming this year. This year, 50. This may be my 55th year, man. I'm gonna drop about 20 more pounds and get back chiseled, man. I ain't playing no more games, man. Yeah, you gotta show them, man. You can't tell them. You gotta show them, man. So I'm gonna get back to showing them. But yeah, man, Fedtime with O. I will see you soon with I got some crazy ones coming too, man. I hope that wasn't too of a downer, but that's a real one. I told you, man. These Fedtimes are all going to be real, man, because you had to be real to survive that. You had to be real to survive that. And some real brothers didn't survive it. I know a lot of brothers that came home and then they got laid down. A lot, man. A lot. So, salute to all my brothers, all my comrades, all my soldiers, man. Whose name is good in any hood, man. Those are my brothers right there. Your name is good in any hood, y'all. That other goofy shit. Yeah, y'all, that's another section. But yeah, man, so until the next Fedtime with old man. Hey, I appreciate y'all rocking out with me. I love y'all. Peace.